Welcome to Full Access. Reginald Amar here, and today I'm here to pose a question to you guys. Are artists or are Ghanaian artists seeing the importance of collaborations with other artists from other countries? We come dig into this whole matter, we come get into it because from where I sit and from how I look at these things, sometimes our artists, it feels as though our artists tend to forget that features are not necessarily, it's not always about like expectations. So maybe you see where you are seeing where Black Sherif is, and then you are expecting Black Sherif to feature, let's say, XYZ artists because yes, right now in Ghana, Black Sherif is our A-list artist. So yeah, A-list artists are supposed to feature A-list artists from certain countries and all of that. But it's not supposed to be that. Sometimes features or collaborations go way beyond like, yeah, I'll be A-list, so make a feature. No, it's not even about that. Sometimes it's all about the deals at the back end and all of that because yes, Black Sherif featured on Stormzy's This Is What I Mean. He featured on that song, right? It is only right that, I don't know this, I'm just speculating. It is only right that Black Sherif will be like, yeah, Charlie, I'm going to pen a verse for this song, but then when I need you to also pen a verse for me, please do it like however I did it, or let's stick to the same deal. So I'm not going to charge like feature fees and all of that. I'm going to dumb down my publishing percentage and all of that, just so when I need you, you can also come through for me. And sometimes, aside this wash my hand and then let me wash your hand, like strategy way people they adopt when it comes to features, it feels as though, from where I'm sitting, it feels as though we don't really have it all figured out, or our artists don't really see the essence of featuring other artists. Why am I saying this? Now, before you even feature an artist, it is only right for you to look at the back end of that particular artist. Because you know what, it's like, it's a business venture, it's a purely marketing thing. You need to look at the back end of whoever you're going to feature so that you also know what you're getting yourself into. But it feels as though our artists don't really see the essence of that. And sometimes, just sometimes, you can even make an argument and say that our biggest feature from the time Ghanaian music started till now has been Beyonce. And that wasn't even a feature. It was just by virtue of the fact that they were having a Lion King like album. And Lion King obviously pays respect to Africa, so it's only right that they feature African acts. And Beyonce featured Shatta Wale on, which is very, very cool. It would have been a bigger deal if Shatta Wale like went to Beyonce and were like, yo, Queen B, I have this song for you and I think you'd be the best fit to like feature on this song. Not to go far from that. Quite recently, I think 2019 or so, Stonebwoy featured Kerry Hilson, and I'm asking myself, like, bro, if you come Ghana, the top 3 people, you day inside, and they feature Kerry Hilson. Like, Kerry Hilson by this time, it's very some way. Quite recently too as well, Stonebwoy featured Wyclef Jean, and then you're asking yourself, like, bro, Wyclef at this time, like, it feels as though we still don't have it figured out when it comes to like this whole features thing. Even till date, aside Bob Marley featuring Sarkodie on Stir It Up, which happened to be like, yeah, an anniversary for Bob Marley's album, so like they were featuring other artists and all of that. Bob Marley Sarkodie's biggest feature till date would have been Ace Hood. And you sit here and then you're like, Charlie, you be say, or is it that's like we don't really understand the importance of collaborations or what? Because it goes way beyond paying for feature prices and all of that. Sometimes there are backdoor deals that you can even take. When I say backdoor deals, I don't mean illegal ways, but then they are like wash my hand and let me wash your hand deals that you can even take as an artist by featuring your fellow artists. Quite recently, Ashake featured like Central C on one of his songs on his album, which is titled Wave. And before the feature came, I was even like guessing. I was like, Charlie, Ashake and Central C on the song. I'm just imagining what it's going to sound like because what Sench does is way different from what Ashake does. And to be very honest, Sench being on that song with Ashake, they both complemented each other. But then you sit here and then you don't even know how that feature came about because these people see the essence of collaborating with each other. Now, Ashake or the people who are handling Ashake might have looked at Sench's back end and be like, nah, this guy's back end is very good. So let's tap into that back end. Let's tap into these markets. Let's tap into here. Let's tap into here. And also, yes, it's not only one-way dimensional because the people also handling Sench would also be like, yeah, Charlie, Ashake is very big in Africa. And yeah, I don't want my artist to only be known in the UK or the US. I also want him to cross over to Africa and then like other Caribbean countries as well. So let me look into Ashake's backend. They look into his backend and they see that, no, Charlie, the boy be killer, the boy be hard guy. So yes, it's only right. They come to an agreement, they sign, they do whatever it is that they have to do. They enter the studio and then they just lay down the verses and then boom, they come up with a feature. These people, it's always like marketing, it's always business when it comes to them. There's a certain way they move when it comes to collaborations, when it comes to features. It's very, very strategic. Now, Victony, I think it was last year or so, Victony released a song titled Everything. And this song literally has a sample. I don't know whether it's a sample or what, but you can literally hear Sway Lee and then Post Malone. The song they did for, it was one of the movies, Spider-Man's movies. It was literally embedded in the song. And then you ask yourself that like, Charlie, why Victony, like, Victony's song and then these people are on the song and you're asking yourself like how did this even happen? It could even be that Victony being on that song, he's not even making money off of that song. But just by virtue of the fact that he has vocals of Sway Lee and then Post Malone on that song alone gives him a certain leverage when he's entering certain rooms. Rema did Calm Down and he did a remix of Calm Down featuring Selena Gomez, right? And you ask yourself, why Selena Gomez? It'd be very, very some way, like, why Selena Gomez? But then on the flip side of it, right now we don't know, but maybe in the next couple of years, maybe in the next year or two, there's going to be a very, 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 like, serious uprise when it comes to Latin America artists in terms of music. Because right now you have the Bad Bunnies, you have the Maluma, you have the Ozunes, you have the Olivia Rodrigo, you have a lot of them, a plethora of them, a lot of them. You have them. And then you ask yourself, why is Oxlade featuring Camila Cabello on Kulose's remix? Why? Why are they featuring these Latin American people? But then no, some thinking go inside. They sit down, they look at the back end, they do certain analysis and they're like, nah, it'd be good, make we tap into this market because once we tap into it, when our numbers will rise up. And just last year, Reme Spotify monthly listeners was about like 30 million, but now we reduce. But then it be these exercises all way come up and then it amounts to these things. When our last serious feature we had in Ghana was Kiddy. Kiddy featured an Indian artist, and even before that, Kiddy even featured Tiger. And I sit here and I look at it and I'm like, but why is Kiddy featuring Tiger at this point in time? Because Tiger is not hot. Aren't there people who are informing these things? Aren't there A&Rs who are looking at these things to give advices and be like, yo, Charlie, Tiger not be hot right now. If you take the song, go give somebody, and then make the person feature on the song so that you can get some mileage. So that you can also have some leverage when you're entering certain rooms. Because to be very, very honest, features is not necessarily like, yeah, I pay money, so feature me, then me too, if you don't want to feature me, you go pay money. It's not only about that. Burna Boy's recent album, which was I Told Them, you listen to it and then you hear New York. It's only New York influences from that song. Because yes, the album was RZA from the Wu-Tang also had like production credits on the album and all of that. But then you listen to that album and you hear strictly New York, even from the way he even like rolled out his album, the marketing, however he was looking and all of that, because Timbs and jeans and stuff, it be purely New York. And you ask yourself, why is Burna Boy having a hip-hop album like right now? You ask yourself that. And then like a couple of months down the line, BET comes up and then BET features or Burna Boy gets nominated for the best male hip-hop category, and then you're like, but why Burna Boy did this category? Isn't Burna Boy like an Afrobeat artist? But then you don't know. Some key strategies where these people they follow. That is why like, they are able to get these things. That is why they are able to enter certain doors. But then over here, it feels as though when I'm thinking just the end at, yeah, I they pay feature, make you feature me. So you too, when I need you, you also pay. Or when I need you, you also pay so that, yeah, I also do it for you. But then it's not really supposed to be like that. There are so many ways that you can look at features. There are so many ways that you can even be intentional about like your songs. Bro, like J5 like is of Ghanaian like heritage. But then really and truly, J5 has collaborations with Rema, with Benson, with Dave and all of those people. You ask yourself that like, bro, how and why? You ask yourself that like, how and why? To be very, very honest, one of the biggest features that happened in the last couple of years, aside Beyonce, was Yaw Talk and then Stormzy. But even before that, it was even because of Stormzy's allegiance or by virtue of the fact that he's half Ghanaian, half British. That is why he even did that, because yeah, he felt the need to do it so that yeah, I show love to my people. Which is a very, very brilliant thing because yeah, he gave Yaw Talk some mileage. That is how you are supposed to even look at these things. But right now it feels as though Charlie, we just did enough, we dey do the song, and if you need a verse from me, you for pay, make I do one for you and all of that. Bro, sometimes it goes beyond it. Sometimes not even having money is even like proper leverage for you, the artist, and then for like your management and all of that. Even goes beyond, and collaborations goes beyond artists and then artists. Sometimes collaborations also go in terms of like producers and then artists. Because you have J5 featuring Dave and then featuring Benson. Right now, when you go to Benson's catalog, Benson can actually make an argument that, yeah, I collaborated with J5, this and this and this and this and this and this and this. London can go and be like, yeah, I collaborated with this. London just released a song titled Pina Colada. He's featuring like artists on there. And then you ask yourself, actually, how are these people even moving like? But over here, we leave the thing strictly to the artists, and then we look at it purely from, yeah, wash my hand, make I wash your hand in terms of monetary, but then we don't look at the other leverages that we can even get from these collaborations. It's like mad depressing to the extent that, like, yeah, within the past few years, aside Kiddy featuring the Indian lady and then Stormzy featuring Amare, Black Sheriff on his own song, and oh, I almost forgot, Amare is also like one of the biggest features that happened in Ghana was Amare featuring Kali Uchis. And you ask yourself, yeah, how did that song even get to where it got to? You go ask your body, but then yeah, Kali Uchis is also from like Latin America. And that population or those people, them are music markets, them are numbers be crazy. So some strategy be behind Amare in team, and then like how they go about their things. Because when you look at Amare self, how should they even go about in music? It be seamless. People they make and they talk too much, I did buy and things. But then yeah, I'm just like bringing this to you, like your notice. It feels as though we don't really they pay attention, or we don't really see the essence when it comes to like features in Ghana. Why is that? Let's look into it.